Species, Races and Cultures in the United Empire of Edahn. By Elikalandarial Bor Collis. For the Imperial University of Ras-Al-Lak. Abril. Living sentient rocks from the world of Jonyuter, size between 1 and 1.5 meters, appearing like living, glowing rocks. The Abril have no unified culture or history in any sense, apparently living very individualistic and a part of each of their kind. They have a great sense for order and harmony and are capable with technology, but have little sense of aesthetics and culture. As strict libertarians, the Abril have no planetary government, but joined the Empire during the Third Great War, being threatened by a Mascom invasion. Since then they have an imperial outpost and a cultural exchange program with the Edahnian mainland. Altarians. The Altarians or Altari come from the planet Altar 6. They are humanoid sentients with bird or griffin features, having huge wings and bird-like strong legs, which gave them also the nickname Griffin People. The Altari come in many skin and feather complexions. Their legs are feathery and have strong talons. The Altari have a highly developed military culture and value honor, duty and soldier values as a result of it. About 80% of all Altarians at some time of their lives served in one of their military branches. An Altarian colony was established in the Edahn Westland before the Third Great War, with the Altarians actively seeking to join the United Empire, making them a highly valued member and ally. Altari are strongly loyal and despise cowardice and betrayal. They are very outspoken and honest, creating the proverb trustworthy like an Altarian. Alvari. Alvari were originally an interbred group between the Homo superior human subspecies, also known as Rifani, and Rin. Over the millennia they formed a species of themselves and have several realms of their own in the Westland of Edahn. They largely emulate Eldarin culture with some human influences. 90% of all Alvari are descendants of Rifani humans and Eldarin. They have a very diverse culture, being a result of the mixture of two different races themselves, and hence value tolerance and acceptance, individuality and harmony. Their build is somewhat between the slender build of Rin and the more stocky build of the Rifani. Amran. The Amorian are a sentient mollusk life form with 6 tentacles at the head, home to the world of Kolden Par. They are an average of 1.5 meters long. Their skin color varies between gray, blue and white. Amorians are a strictly religious people, believing in a triad of gods and greatly value morality and piety. Their homeworld is rarely visited, and they leave it rarely, fearing too much contact with the outer worlds would undermine their customs and ethics. Anakim. Anakim is a sentient race of towering giants. Males grow around 4 meters tall, females around 3 meters. Their homeworld is Euceria. The Anakim are a stoic people who built impressive titanic architecture. Their culture values learning and education. Since Anakim dislike traveling outside of their world, they invite scholars from all other worlds for very handsome payment and respect visitors greatly. Annunaki. Earth term for the seraphim or dragons. Little is known about them. The Annunaki are one of the 4 immortals, along with Ardallah, Igigi and Mascom. Seraphim have 2 forms, one humanoid reptile form and one is dragons. They are divided into several houses and sub-races, strongly hierarchical and value order and control. The Annunaki were created by the elder gods or gods of order during or after the First Great War, mainly as a warrior elite against the Chaos Horde. The Annunaki were ordered to guide some of the outer worlds and were integral in shaping the development of Homo sapiens, as well as their genetically altered cousins, Homo superior or Rifani. Some of them sought refuge on Edahn during the Second Great War and brought some humans with them. They led the Alliance of Order. After the Third Great War, the Annunaki experienced a great civil war and as a result are now divided into the traditionalist Annunaki hegemony and the progressive Annunaki alliance, which live in a weak truce. Ardallah. The Ardallah, also Ardallah, literally means winged light, are the first created species of Edahn. Since Edahn was the first created world in the history of the multiverse, the first created Ardallah were the first beings ever created, back then by the seven ancients or original gods. They created 221 beings of pure energy and bound them to the world of Edahn. Since then all Ardallah feel strongly connected to their planet and suffer being away from it for longer times. The first created lived in the depth of the inner sea for immeasurable eons. After them the 221 houses are named, all Ardallah of today being their descendants. All Rin and Ardallah belong to one of the 221 houses, which essentially are the ruling houses of the empire in the imperial senate. The 221 first created gave much later birth to many Ardallah, who left the inner sea and went into the sky, creating the imperial capital, the flying city of Rassilok. The prophecy of the final light said that Ardallah, being immortals, would eventually reach their final number, after which no further Ardallah could be born. Ardallah are all energetically connected. As beings of energy, they chose to live as a seemingly corporeal being when they came in contact with the Rin, after the Rin left their homelands, forming a symbiotic unity with the Rin. Ardallah are hedonists not capable to feel many human emotions due to their immortality and their mindset of feeling no passing of time. Hence feelings like remorse, regret, compassion and so forth are difficult to understand for them. All Ardallah are of the same gender. After the cosmic thundering, the Ardallah chose to be de facto male. Ardallah reproduce in the energetic form, going back into the inner sea and forming eggs of energy. In the physical form they can also reproduce with other humanoid species, which they did almost solely with the Rin. Such offspring were born Rin and were able to become full Ardallah through the sighting rite in the past. Early on Ardallah had little sense for the development of culture, which drastically changed after they united with the Rin. Their culture changed when they decided to partake in the Third Great War with the Alliance of Order. Ardallah are slightly taller than humans and Rin having all the same variants of complexions as the Rin. They are excellent telepaths, and if their physical shell is destroyed, just return to the pool of the whole, from where they return over time back to life. Athelids. Athelids are sentient insectoids with brown and red chitin skins and 4 arms, hailing from Chulpaks. Their average height is 1.7 to 1.9 meters. The Athelids live in clans, each Athelid wearing the traditional garb of their clan colors. Athelids are known as great engineers and have a unique sense of humor. They brew famous wines and beers. Athelids regard vegetarianism as an offense and inferior way of life. Their main consumption is of small insects, which they breed in tremendous numbers. Despite their alien appearance, they are generally easygoing, but they take their work and duties very serious, whatever it is, being of the opinion that one's work should be made as good as possible to be a reason for one's pride. Avistarians. The Avistarians are elongated sentient lizard folk from the world Avistari 3. Slightly bent, they are 1.8 to 2 meters tall. The Avistarians live in close-knit families in the tropical areas of their planet. The Avistarians are one of the very few herbivore reptile species. The Avistarians have a few empire-wide trade conglomerates, among them the Avistari Trade Assembly and the Avistarian Merchant Union.